Jesus said, "Greater love has no one than this, than that they give their life for that of another." And author Maria Bolding has said that all loving is elite beyond our securities. And when God asks us to let go of everything that might seem to give us value other than God's love alone, it is a very daring leap. In our hearts we long for this radical simplicity, but the emptiness can frighten us and tempt us to turn back, unquote. Our relationship to God and our salvation is a gift that God gave us through his Son, Jesus Christ. It's not something that we can earn through good works, clean living, or even by a sharp or clever intellect. Love, God's love for us, is the key. We read in 1 John, "We know and rely on the love that God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. There is no fear in love. Perfect love drives out fear." It is God's nature to love us and reach out to us even though we may sometimes seem to God like the upside down of what we know to be Christian. So what is your conception of God? Who is God to you, and how does God look to you? In today's scripture lesson, we see the Pharisee and a member of the ruling Jewish Sanhedrin, Nicodemus, wrestling with these questions. You see, Nicodemus has been watching, listening, and hearing about what Jesus has been doing. And having heard the reports of what Jesus has done, old Nicodemus has gotten word that here maybe is the long-awaited Messiah. It's hard to know for sure because it's been over 400 years since God spoke to the Jewish people and Israel through a prophet. And if we go back to the end of the last book of the Old Testament, to the book of Malachi, we read Malachi prophesying that God will send you the prophet Elijah before that great and dreadful day of the Lord. So if you haven't been aware of John the Baptist coming in the spirit and power of Elijah, as Jesus said, then like Nicodemus, you have a problem. Is Jesus the Messiah? Is he the one to come? Or even as John the Baptist stated, are we to look for another? Who is Jesus? So in today's scripture lesson, we read, Nicodemus, a member of the Jewish ruling council, came to Jesus at night and said, "Rabbi, we know you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform the miraculous signs you are doing if God were not with him."